Hi everyone, it's Beth, and today I'm going to be talking about how things are going for me here in crypto. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about some more broad kind of macro stuff and kind of talk a little bit about what I'm doing with my own passive income journey here in, well, more than just cryptocurrency. So if that is something that you are interested in, please stay right there. Okay, so of course, before I get started, if you're new to the channel or you just have not yet subscribed, then please do take a moment and hit the little red subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on post notifications. And of course, please do leave the video a like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is talk a little bit about crypto overall and kind of what I am doing, what my strategy is, and I don't know, speculate a bit because that's fun too. Okay. So right now we are kind of holding pretty, I mean, you can see the graph over here that we're kind of consolidating right now, just below 12,000, which hopefully is part of a bull flag, and we will see that break to the upside, because that's fun. So, in general though, I mean, Bitcoin dominance is rapidly approaching 70%, which we have not seen in quite some time. So that is pretty remarkable and kind of terrifying for altcoins in general. So, there are some kind of big cap altcoins that I am looking at, things that have retraced significantly and, are coming up against key support levels. So that's something that I'm looking at. But in general, I'm also kind of debating. Okay, so I know if you watched, I think my last video, I talked about how I have a diversified bag of altcoins, and I am hoping that some of them will, turn into like the next Google or Apple or one of those giant FANG companies that I don't like. I do. That's been my long-term plan. I'm kind of thinking at this point, I don't know. I'm definitely mulling this over right now. So I'm either going to just continue to hold because I don't really want to buy down my positions anymore. I've bought them down significantly over the course of my bag holding, and I don't really want to put any more of my precious Bitcoin into altcoins. Let's call them altcoins. And I think probably what I need to do is to sit down, take some time, really take a look at what my holdings are, and then do some serious research into what is going on with those projects and whether they look like there is still development going on, whether there's still an active community, and kind of what the fundamentals look like for those altcoins, and then maybe be a little bit choosier at this point as to what I continue to hold, speculatively. So that is what I am thinking right now. And again, I'm just dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin right now. That I think is just a super conservative and very responsible way to handle Bitcoin investing. I am definitely looking at, I'm dollar cost averaging, but I'm not doing it blindly. I mean, I am looking at charts and looking for, support and resistance levels, looking at indicators to see, if we're overbought or oversold, and how the market looks in general, as well as, of course, paying attention to fundamentals. So that kind of brings me to a little bit of the fundamental talk here. So there's a lot of talk about Bitcoin right now as a safe haven asset in this kind of really uncertain time that we are experiencing in kind of the worldwide currency climate. People are dropping their currency value to increase their trade positions all over the world, and how that will affect what people are looking for and the type of risk appetite that they are showing, I think is a big question for Bitcoin, because, people, when they see uncertainty, they generally look to hedge into safe haven assets, which are generally more risk averse. Bitcoin isn't risk averse. Bitcoin is like full on risk hungry as far as I am concerned. And now I certainly, I'm here. I certainly think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general will see an overall gain in user adoption and, its applicability here in society. So I do think that the price for Bitcoin right now is lower than it's going to be in the future. I also think that at some point, like these astronomical speculations that we're seeing, like Bitcoin at $1 million, it's probably more indicative of the value of a dollar than it is the value of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like I think that that's kind of telling that the dollar is not going to be buying you. You're not going to go to the store and buy bananas for 60 cents if Bitcoin's $1 million. That's how I feel about that. I think that that's indicative of a hyperinflation situation where you're going to be needing to take your wheelbarrow worth of dollars in to buy a bunch of bananas. So that is kind of what I think about the price of Bitcoin, about the concept of Bitcoin as a safe haven asset. Now, I do definitely, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's just a portion of my portfolio. It should be a portion of, I think, everyone's portfolio. Quite frankly, I think that that's just responsible investing at this point. I don't think that it is wise to ignore cryptocurrency for anybody. But I don't think that being all in on crypto is wise either. The same as I wouldn't be all in on gold, and I wouldn't be all in on real estate, and I wouldn't be all in on cash. I just, or other commodities. I wouldn't be all in on oil. I wouldn't be all in on natural gas. I just wouldn't go all in. So what I do and have done for a very long time is I invest all across the board. And it has been really, really wonderful. As we waded our way through the Bitcoin bear market, I was very, very thankful that I had previously invested in real estate, and that I had some passive income coming in from some apartments, and that, I had other assets that were keeping me kind of stable while we were wading through the super downturn in Bitcoin. So that's what I do. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Is I'm going to keep buying into Bitcoin. I want all the Bitcoin. I think that would be lovely. But I also do want to make sure that I'm not over allocating into cryptocurrency. Although I'm not really allocating into the stock market at this point. I do think that the stock market is extremely overbought, and that is not where I am focusing. That being said, I also do think that there's a lot to be said that real estate is overbought. But right back to the concept of hyperinflation, we are also in a time period where less and less people are able to, or even desire to, purchase a home. So as there is, I would say that as the dollar becomes less strong, there's going to be a greater demand for rentals, for apartment rentals. So that is something that, even though I think that the real estate market is also overbought right now, you've probably heard it termed elsewhere as the everything bubble. And I think that it really is. It's stocks, it's, it's real estate, it's commodities. It's just, everything seems to be, right there at the top of the longest increase that we've seen in history. And that's got to correct at some point. If we learned anything from getting pie-eyed over $20,000 Bitcoin in 2017, that can't last forever. It's not sustainable. So I do think that there will be increased need for apartments. And while I think that perhaps the resale value of those apartments might go down as the everything bubble does burst. I definitely think that the passive income opportunity from holding that asset will probably not go down. So that is what I'm doing, what I'm thinking as far as my own future goes. And I'm really super excited about the future of Bitcoin right now. It is definitely a time out there right now, a climate that I cannot remember in my lifetime. And I am really, really looking forward to seeing how this asset class develops. I do think that it's probably a bit early to be considering this a safe haven asset, but I definitely do think that it is maybe a counterbalance to more traditional asset classes. So, okay, that's pretty much what I had to say today about really everything. I hope you liked that. So if you did, make sure you do leave a like. I would appreciate that. So we are, like I said before, we're consolidating. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So you can see we're consolidating over here right around some pretty strong historical resistance that we're now using right now as support at right around 11.7. So you can see this comes all the way back. This support line here, I mean, this comes all the way back to the bull run of 2017, and it was used again as resistance here in the bear market in 2018. So that is right where we're hovering right now. I do really hope that, we break through that soon. Although if we don't, then that just gives me more opportunity to buy some more Bitcoin. But, above that, there really isn't much in the way of resistance back to the all-time highs. So, there's like 13,000, and then, man, we came up to 20K so fast that, I mean, you could probably say that there's resistance here at like 17.8, but I mean, we just blew through that. So, once we get through this consolidation period, I do probably think we're off to the races. I'm definitely still trying in my accumulation phase. So I feel like anything that we're getting below these prices, below 13, 14K, that's awesome for me. So this still feels like a really great place to be accumulating to me. So I'm also looking at, like I said, I'm looking at a couple of altcoins. I'm really not looking at that many right now, just basically because of the Binance FUD. I'm kind of looking at maybe acquiring a little bit more BNB token, although they did just start their window where they're looking at your holdings for their next Binance Launchpad token that they are putting out there. So that is something that I'm looking at. It's the indicators it's not like at the bottom or anything. So it's really just because of the FUD that I started taking a look at that one. Alternatively, though, basic attention token here. Oh, sorry, I thought I had other indicators on here. Let me add the RSI real quick. Okay. So you can see the RSI down here. We are almost reaching oversold territory here for basic attention token. And as far as doing like a Fib retracement of this entire move up, we're kind of reaching the 786 level down here at 18 cents. So I would say if it holds this 18-cent level as 18.5-cent level as support, if it can hold as support, then I would probably take a position, maybe just a trading position in basic attention token and just see where it goes from there. But I am going to wait and see if this support line does hold up, because you can see it was tested and held up quite strongly during the last run up. So those are what I'm looking at right now. That's what I'm doing. As far as my crypto passive income goes, I'm honestly not paying that much attention to it. The only thing that I'm really checking in with regularly is Moonberg, and I am also regularly checking into crypto campaigns, into Crest token, but that one is kind of super stagnant. So it's not very interesting. But this one is not, and it is great, and it's super easy to use. You can see since I've been in here, I have made $767. It is really easy to use. It's really easy to convert right into TrueUSD, which is a stable token that is on the Ethereum network and supported by most of the large exchanges. So it is very easy to get out of this. I don't need to have a buyer waiting on the other side, you know, like you do with a lot of these centralized platforms. That is definitely what I like the most about Moonberg. So yeah, I'm enjoying it very much. I'm super thankful to have it because, again, I love diversified passive income. So this is just one of the many ways that I am, you know, trying to make sure that I have a nice passive income stream coming in. Okie dokie. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for me today, everyone. I do hope that you liked the video. If you did, would you please leave a like? I would certainly appreciate the feedback, and any other feedback that you have, please leave down in the comments section. I look forward to reading them. So I would like to thank you all very much for your time today, and I will see you next time.